And thank you to Cassie's friends of the Sacred Seven and the Blue Girls for coming together to put on today's lunch, which is really what today is all about, overlapping Cassie's different communities. It's really good to be in a room full of Cassie people. With all the firsts that we've quietly observed this year, we wanted to spend her birthday together, making a big deal of how special she was. My name is Rebecca Phillips. I met Cassie in 2001 at Georgia's Flag Line auditions. I was wearing her favorite number, 13. We marched together in redcoats for 5 years. I had the privilege of being Cassie's roommate for 4 years in college. She was so silly and so much fun. In apartment 214, like Valentine's Day, we hung our baby pictures up the stairwell like a family. We did a lot of traveling together. We became road dogs. In 20 years of friendship, we collected a Georgia win in 20 different stadiums. I wish she had been in Indianapolis in January to add number 21. As Cassie's roommate, I had a front row seat to watch her fall in love with John. The fall was hard and fast. She was trying to be discreet about it around him. So discreet, it took him quite a while to pick up on it. But there was nothing discreet about it within the walls of apartment 214. Eventually, we had to grow up, leave Athens, and live in different places. We took turns standing with each other on our wedding days, both in the same year. Other than the first year, we've never lived more than 15 minutes away from each other. When we bought our house, she helped me peel down wallpaper, which is the most succinct way I can describe the depth of our friendship. Living close by gave us the opportunity to let our kids know each other. Our girls shared clothes like we did. Sometimes you don't know how special something is while you're in the middle of living it, but sometimes you do. I'm thankful that I took the opportunity to vocalize to Cassie how much her friendship meant to me. In our busy adult lives, sometimes months would go by that we didn't see each other. When we were able to get together, whether it was for 2 hours or 8 hours, it was never long enough. I always wanted more Cassie time, and I told her as much. The list of things that make me think of her is long. There are the obvious big ones, but it's really made up of so many little things. Swim lessons, going through the drive-thru at Wendy's, box tops for education, Buddy the Elf, mint Oreos, Hello Kitty, picking up your feet when you cross the state line. And now we, together, all of us, have the task of telling 3 little girls about not just the big stories, but all the little things that make her, her. How you could be sure she'd show up with a clipboard and perfectly organized plastic tubs. How she would wear shorts in the winter and then wrap up in a blanket like a burrito to sit on the couch. How she took a small strand of hair in her left hand and twirled it into a little knot. The way she would rapidly wave her hands to try to keep from crying after it was already too late. And that she did her cartwheels left-handed. Today, we'll hear from a number of people who each represent a special place in Cassie's life. We'll begin with her roots in the Magee family, hearing from her uncle, Mike Magee. As he comes up, I'd like to extend a thanks to Mr. and Miss Magee for giving us Cassie. You raised an incredible girl.
Wow, we should play that video. I see all those pictures, I see all Cassie's friends. And really, that's what life's about. Well, I'd like to start by acknowledging my brother, my other uncle Marshall, and his wife Sharon, and then my big brother Cassie's dad, and his wife Susie, my wife Ann, nephew Cassie's brother, Kimball, the little brother, his wife Harry, and Marshall and Sharon's daughter, Catherine, the other daughter, Grace, who couldn't be with us. Love you. That's what Catherine would always say to me when she'd say goodbye. John does the same thing. When I wasn't feeling good, she would always, in a very softly, very kind voice that nobody else could hear, she'd come up and say, "Hey, how you doing, buddy? You okay?" Yeah. She just knew how to tactfully talk to you. when she was Ava's age, maybe a little bigger, I used to always go up behind her and hug her. And I'd whisper here, "Who's your favorite uncle?" And I didn't know that Marcia was doing the same thing. So apparently that tormented her. She had to make a choice of which uncle was the best. It was fun. It was fun having a little girl. I know it was fun for my big brother to have Cassie. Because she would always have birthday parties and events. And of course, my big brother had to be there to organize it. And y'all don't know my big brother, but it's not necessarily his thing. But he did it anyway, because he loved his daughter. And not only did he do the party, but later on when she was a school teacher, he would go help us set up the classroom. Which I thought was pretty cool. As a family, we would always go do activities, and and that was real important to our family, was always get together. No matter what was going on, we were going to get together and socialize. And that was important for my mother. It was important for Susie, and we did that. And we would go to Cassie's. She played the flute. I don't know if y'all knew that. Is that right, Susie? She played the flute, and she had recitals. We'd go to recitals and stand outside in the hallway and listen, because we couldn't be in the room with her, which is crazy. But I drove all the way to Athens to listen, stand in the hallway. And she did that. She also did, first hint of flag line was in high school. And we used to always go to the games and watch her do flag line, and that was always exciting. And, even when she was, younger, and Kimball was playing baseball, of course, she would go to all those games too, right? And she would be at those games and with her friends, twins, I know were there. Because I used to take pictures all the time, and I remember taking pictures of the girls about this tall. And that was so much fun. So family gatherings were very important for us. So when Cassie got on the flag line at Georgia, we went up there to watch her practice. And it was at one of those practices when Grace and Catherine were talking to Cassie. Cassie was pointing out this boy that she liked. And I was going, wow, she's picking him out. And I don't think he even knew she liked him. But she's like, that's that boy out there. And so that was it. And I think it may have been a year later. I think it was her senior year. I hadn't been to any games at Georgia. I had never been to that stadium before. And I was always working and I just never went. And I had a friend at work go, hey, I got 2 tickets to the Arkansas game. And I think it was her senior year. And it was hot. I just remember it was like 90-something degrees. And I go, well, where are the tickets? And he goes, well, it's right next to the band. And I said, perfect. I'll go to the band. And I sat there. I took my big camera. I have this Canon camera, big lens. Took all my gear, had a big bag. And I got there early. I think I beat the band to the stadium, which you can't believe. I got there early, sat up and walked through the security gate, and I go, man, I hope they let me in with my camera, because I had this big camera. And opened up the bag, and they're all standing there looking at my bag going, what in the world? I said, well, it's about 7,200 lens, I need that. And had my tripod with me, I had all this stuff. I had a monitor. And I remember sitting down, and I was like the only one in this section. And I look over, and I'm sitting in the exact same room John's sitting in the band, but he's right over here. He doesn't see me, and Cassie doesn't see me. I don't know why, because they were focused on each other. And I looked over there, and I see this big lipstick thing. I got a photo of it on John's sheet like this. And I was going, oh, I know where that came from. I zoomed in, I took a picture of Cassie looking up at John, and she had this big smile on her face. She was so excited. And I proceeded to take pictures during the halftime performance. And I went over to the other side of the wall of the stadium from where the band was. And I walked down this side, and I was able to take pictures of the hedges. I was perfectly good. And I walked over to the other side, and there's a dip over there. I mean, there was like a gully. And I had to jump over the edge, and I took one picture through the crowd of Cassie doing a flag line with a big smile on her face. And John's got that book that I put together. So that was my first knowledge that she was interested in John. And so, we have a lot of influences on our kids. Cassie has a lot of the characteristics of my big brother about being on time, about being punctual, doing things right. But she also has the teacher side she got from her mother, because her mother was a teacher. And as much Ada is like Cassie is like her mom. And so I see those traits, I see those things in the girls, and the influence continues with grandparents and the other members of the family. So, like I said, I see Cassie in the girls. I see the sweetness, caring, consideration in Ava. And then I see all the enthusiasm, fun-lovingness of Hattie. And then there's this mischievous side. That's John. And we're all excited and can't wait to see what Sadie has. Because I'm sure it's going to be there. There's going to be some characteristics that are going to come out that will remind us of Cassie. And that's what I'm looking forward to. And if, I can still hear Cassie's voice. I'm sure friends can too, but I can hear her say, I love you all.